OK, final question, Mr Downey, because we're unfortunately running short on time, as is ever the case. A snap election. Would you like one? Would the good people of Dunfermline and Dollar like one? Should we have one?
I think the last thing I saw that John Healey talk about this the other day was that we're a government who's got work to do, and the public want us focused on delivering. I think the last thing I think the public want, in my view at the moment, is an election. They want a government that's delivering. Andy Burnham is already starting to build on the good work of the previous administration, but we've got a lot more to do. That's where I think we should be focusing at the moment, is on delivering for British people and not having merry-go-round discussions that are really focused on the Westminster bubble about elections, and we should be focusing on delivering for people.
Well, there you go. This is GB News Originals. I'm Emily Carver. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And do leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
Short on time, as is ever the case. A snap election. Would you like one? Would the good people of Dunfermline and Dollar like one? Should we have one?
I think the last thing I saw that John Healey talk about this the other day was that we're a government who's got work to do, and the public want us focused on delivering. I think the last thing I think the public want, in my view at the moment, is an election. They want a government that's delivering. Andy Burnham is already starting to build on the good work of the previous administration, but we've got a lot more to do. That's where I think we should be focusing at the moment, is on delivering for British people and not having merry-go-round discussions that are really focused on the Westminster bubble about elections, and we should be focusing on delivering for people.
All right, Graham Downey, thank you very much indeed for joining me from sunny Scotland. Great to speak to you this morning. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Camilla.
Welcome back. The Labour MP for Dunfermline and Dollar, Graham Downey, joins me now. Mr Downey, thank you for your time on a Sunday morning. I hope you're well.
I'm very well, How are you?
I'm good, thank you. There's rain coming, and so we're delighted for our gardens, but the Scottish picture has probably been slightly cooler than the English one. Now, I'll tell you what I want to ask you about, because it has enraged our audience, and that is this Home Office guidance on asylum seekers. Presumably you've seen this leaflet. It was sent out last week, and it gave advice to people coming here that they cannot have sex with anyone who is asleep, drunk or unable to respond. That applies even in marriage or relationships. Sex without consent is called rape, says the leaflet. And it also reminds people coming here that child abuse is a serious crime. Mr Downey, did you read this guidance and think, well, hang on a minute, if we're having to tell people coming here these basic facts, then they shouldn't be here at all?
Well, to be honest, Camilla, I think if you look around crime figures, you'll actually see that we should probably tell a large number of men in the UK those facts as well, to be honest. So I think there's the outrage you can try and create over this is one thing, but I think they're equally, we need to make sure we're reducing violence against women and girls. We need to make sure we're tackling all of these issues head on with a lot of public information. We do this kind of public information in every other part of life and facet of life, so I don't really see why we shouldn't do it here as well, to be honest. I think
people are hang on a minute.
This is an issue people are rightly concerned about. We've seen this government tackle asylum seeking head on. This government has already deported more foreign offenders than we've seen any other government in the past. It's something we've got to tackle if we see criminal offence, and we are doing so.
All right, but hang on, why when people raise completely legitimate concerns about the crimes that may be committed by people seeking asylum in this country, do people on the left say, well, what about other paedophiles? What about other rapists? Just specifically, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because not only are we importing this problem, we're also, when people come here illegally and then commit crimes, very weirdly giving them room and board.
Well, no, I mean, as I just said, when people come here and commit crimes, Camilla, they should be charged for those crimes. And if they're not entitled to be here, they should be deported. And that's what this government is already doing. We've seen additional measures brought in by the Home Secretary to make sure that's being done more quickly. We absolutely must do that. If people are committing crimes here and they have no right to be here, they should be getting sent back immediately. And that is what we're doing. And we're trying to make that easier in any number of ways. You're right, it is a legitimate concern people have. I certainly don't ever want to deny that. It is something we've got to tackle. And these are issues we've got to tackle as a society. We're tackling it here. This government's taking the right, strong action. We've got to continue to do that.
But I think also there's a central point here that if you need to be reminded that rape is a crime and that you shouldn't abuse children, then you shouldn't really have any right to claim asylum here, regardless of what you might have fled.
And that is what this government, we're tackling these issues absolutely head on. We're making sure if people commit crimes in this country that they are sent back to their own country as quickly as possible. You're absolutely right. We've got to do more where these things happen. These are horrific and horrible offences when committed by anyone. If they're committed by someone who has no right to be here, they must be deported as quickly as possible. We're taking the right strong action on that, and if it's correct, we continue to do so.
Do you think that the leaflet was a mistake in hindsight?
No, I mean, there's any number of government publications that come out, so no, I don't think it's a mistake to do these kind of things at all. The action that's important is on the other end of it, where people commit crimes. That we are taking the right action, we're taking it quickly. We're as I say, we're removing the barriers to deporting people out of this country where they commit criminal offences. This government has already deported over 10,000 people already. That's more than any government in the past has managed to do.
Sure.
That's something we'll continue to do.
All right, but I mean, notwithstanding the fact that there have been more deportations, I'll give you that. Do you not think that the words "stop the boats and smash the gangs" is actually just a fallacy? And that's been proven not just by Labour so far. It's impossible to stop these boats and smash the gangs, as has been promised not just by your own former Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, and others, but also by the last Tory government. It's just an impossibility.
I think, well, actually, you're seeing it's not an impossibility. This government has reduced small boat crossings, where, as I say, we're making sure that we removed 10,000 foreign nationals who were the highest in a decade last year. We're already reforming the asylum system. We've seen success in the continent working with allies to reduce some of the challenges for the gangs that starts in Europe. We are taking the right action, but we absolutely can't be complacent. There is so much more to do. So no, I think it's not an impossible task. What it is a very complicated task and not a simple one at all. We must tackle it in the channel. We must tackle it with people who are here, and we must tackle it to prevent people who are not entitled to be here from coming here in the first place. So we are tackling it at all points in the system, but it's not easy.
No, it's not. I mean, 101 illegal migrants have made the crossing every day since Andy Burnham became Prime Minister.
But we're seeing those numbers. I say we've seen those numbers come down. The numbers in July are the lowest we've seen in a decade. So we are tackling this problem. But it is something that we must never be complacent about. We must continue to tackle head on. And, you know, as you say, this is a genuine issue. We should never shirk away from it and pretend that people don't have some legitimate concerns at the same time. And that is what this government is doing.
We hear that Andy Burnham would like to drill more in the North Sea, but is, quotes, worried about the optics. What do you think that means?
I'm not sure who that quote's from, to be honest, Camilla. I'm very strongly on the record of saying that until we reduce our demand for oil and gas, which we're projected to need until at least 2050 and possibly beyond, I think we should be looking at things like Rosebank and Jackdaw. I've said publicly I'm in favour of those, because we do need to have a more low-carbon economy. We do need to achieve all of these things. But until such time as we are willing to actually reduce demand, I would prefer to see us supporting the people and communities in Scotland, but across the UK, who are vital to those industries, and making sure we're using our own.
The public wants delivery, not another general election, according to recent statements from Labour ministers attempting to settle Westminster chatter. Welcome to Britain Underneath, where we pull back the official curtain to examine how power really operates in the United Kingdom. Before we dive straight into the gears of power, take a quick moment to subscribe to the channel and join our community, as every single subscription helps us continue bringing you these detailed political breakdowns. The persistent demands for early elections, dynamic opposition petition drives, and backroom Westminster manoeuvres reveal a deeper tension between parliamentary mandates and immediate public satisfaction. Following major general election shifts, incoming administrations inevitably face a stark transition from campaign promises to the heavy machinery of governance. When politicians insist that the nation prioritises delivery over fresh trips to the polling stations, they are attempting to lock in stability amidst continuous political critique. Governing requires managing complex portfolios, public service reforms, defence procurement strategies, and strict economic constraints. Yet opposition voices and public petitions continuously test that patience, raising fundamental questions about how much time a government genuinely has to demonstrate tangible progress before pressure builds once more. The mechanics of the United Kingdom's constitution dictate that a government holding a clear parliamentary majority possesses the legal authority to serve its full term. Under current rules, the Prime Minister retains the prerogative to determine the timing of the next election within a 5-year window. However, the political reality often diverges from the pure constitutional framework. Public sentiment, economic indicators, and parliamentary discipline dictate whether a government can comfortably focus on long-term policy execution or finds itself perpetually defending its legitimacy. If you value balanced, clear-eyed analysis of British politics without the superficial spin, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Supporting the channel directly allows us to produce thorough, independent political commentary. Managing national affairs means balancing immediate domestic crises with long-term strategic needs. From managing public finances and addressing public sector backlogs to navigating evolving national security challenges, the task facing any frontbench is formidable. Delivering on complex policy promises takes time, often far longer than the rapid news cycle permits. When government representatives urge patience, they are attempting to buy the operational runway necessary to see key programs produce measurable results. At the same time, opposition parties and critical observers argue that public delivery must be accompanied by continuous accountability. When policy adjustments occur, or economic realities force difficult trade-offs, public debate inevitably intensifies. This ongoing friction between the executive branch's statutory authority and the political demands of the electorate remains a defining feature of the British parliamentary system. To ensure you stay fully informed on the underlying forces shaping Westminster and public policy, please subscribe to Britain Underneath and support our ongoing coverage. Take a breath, stay informed, and we look forward to welcoming you back for our next deep dive into UK governance. This video features a UK Parliament petition debate regarding parliamentary processes and member accountability, directly reflecting the ongoing debates around public representation and electoral mandates discussed in the script.